How's the moistness level today? I've got a fan pointed directly at me. If I stop talking, you can probably hear it. I mean, the game noise is louder than the fan, so probably not. But, like, it's so warm. It's stupidly... I'm sitting on a towel. That's the level that we're at. I'm going to go and put a different shirt on. This shirt is more sweat than shirt. I feel like I live in the sea. Okay, listen up. It is approximately 3 million degrees in the UK. Therefore, the majority of this stream is going to be me complaining. Now, if there's one thing that the Brits are good at, it's complaining. So expect a lot of complaints this stream. I am very good at complaining. Thank you, that's true. Will it be a shirtless stream? It was for the last 3 minutes, although the camera wasn't on, so you don't get that. It's my favourite pastime. I really do think it is probably my favourite pastime. Hello, Apollo. Have you come to join me straight away because of how bloody warm it is? Have you come to just pop in and say hi? That might be what he's doing. The towel that I'm sitting on is green, so I've not chroma keyed it properly, so it's going to just do this thing. I'm not changing it. Alright, that's your problem. It doesn't bother me at all. This is entirely your issue to deal with. Let me just move around some stuff, because I always change my sitting position between streams. And there we go. You may have just seen that dog walk behind me. No more DVD logo, you don't deserve it anymore. And the countdown timer can go away. And I think that the microphone shouldn't pick up the fan, but it might do. Where's my uniform? This is half my uniform. Okay, it's 1 million degrees in the UK. It is melting. We've ran out of Soleros. We're running low on fruity cider. The middle class are on fire. Like, we don't know what's going on today. The fan might be important. The fan is needed. DVD logo is your favourite time. Look, I know that. I know that it is. You all want that more than me. You like the logo more than me. I'm just a delivery device for the DVD logo. I get that. Like, I'm not aware of that. Just haven't got to remind me. Okay, here's the plan. Play the Paladin. That's the plan. I'm glad we're all on board. Now, I also, at some point, I've been reading. I have discovered something. I think it's something very important that you all need to kind of get on board with. Apparently, the best class in the game for doing whatever it is I'm attempting to do, the best class will be the one that I'm not playing. And the worst class, I don't know if you guys have discovered this whenever you play games, the worst class, why is my hair doing this? Why is this flicking out to the side? Why have I got like a weird JoJo flick going on? You know what, I'm just going to own it. Yeah, so the best class is the one that you aren't playing, and so you switch to play a different class, and then the best class will become the one that you aren't playing. That's just how it works. Like, if I play a DPS and then I look at the DPS tier list, every single other DPS will be higher on that tier list than me. So I will then change and play another DPS class, which is higher up on the tier list, and then I will do the same DPS as I was doing before. And the problem with all of this is that it will force me to acknowledge that the problem is me. Like, I hate that. The point of tier lists is meant to be if you play this class or this specific spec, you won't suck. And yet, I play the class or the spec and I still suck? That's illegal. I don't know if you guys know this, but that's actually against the law. So, what I'm going to do is, like, for example, I was playing Warrior. And Warrior is meant to be one of the best single-target tanks. And then I try to single-target tank and I can't. And then I think, okay, cool, everyone says Paladin's a better tank. So I switch and play Paladin, and then I try to tank, and I can't. And I'm like, okay, maybe I'm just bad at tanking. Maybe that's the problem. And then everyone says Druid's a good tank. So maybe at some point I'll just have to play Druid and tank that way. Ask a GM to kill things for you. That does seem to be the meta with content creators right now. The meta used to just be asking for gold. Now it's just asking straight up for the enemy to be killed. How was my day off? My day off was lovely, thank you for asking. Played Magic the Gathering. Why is it that... Okay, cool, I died again. I should have killed like one enemy. Why is it that when you play any given class, it's not very good, and then you look at the tier list and your class is like meant to be really good, and you're just like, well, now I feel worse about myself? I see, you'd notice I've lost some weight. Thank you very much. I'm glad it's showing in the face. The problem is that when I was streaming 100 days in a row, I discovered that I just really like Kinder Bueno. And I'm like, that was my thing. You approach me with a Kinder Bueno, I'm yours for the next 5 minutes. Guaranteed. Is this Dead Mines? It's dead, but it's not Dead Mines yet. But now, so I'm losing the old face chub. Ah, the chocolate for children. Old chocolates for children. Bueno is... Hang on. Bueno is illegally bussin'. We used to be a real country. Used to be a real society. Used to be intellectual. We used to write great poems and great stories. We used to sing great songs. Now, we're playing the same virtual world we've played in for the last 22 years, saying that a chocolate is illegally bussin'. What happened? What happened to all of us? When did it go wrong? Someone pinpoint the moment. Times have changed, but, like, doesn't make me happy. Okay, so this plan failed for the first time we did it, and I think the most important thing I do is just the same plan again, with no real changes. What's my birthday? I was born in the 1900s. Consider that. So I had to use my Lay on Hands ability, which uses all my mana. Which might be a problem. I don't know why you feel the need to throw the net at me, mate. I'm right here. Right, everything else is built up and ready. You have been ID'd for Monster 3 times this summer. It's political correctness gone mad. That's what it is. Right, 2 more battle axes. It's going to take a while to get all of these battle axes because I've got to, like, kill... Like, one at a time, this is fine. Lay on Hands is one way to refer to your continuous HR infractions. Maybe that's what some of the Blizzard staff said during their HR meetings. I was just casting Lay on Hands. Now, what do I just need to sell some stuff. Hang on. My inventory is really full. Daily streams does mean, just so you all know, that the quality of every individual stream is going to drop. I hope you're all ready for that. Hope you're all aware that with more streams happening, each of them will be less good. They'll get slowly worse every day until most of you leave. Are you all excited for that moment to happen? I've gone with quantity over quality. Now, quantity can have a quality all of its own. That's something that people forget. Sometimes just a lot of stuff is good. But I don't need all of these things. Like, who needs small eggs? No one does. Just sell them. Strength and agility in my gloves. There's less armor with that. I don't need that. They were supposed to be good. Ha 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 ha. You hurt me. You hurt me in the emotions. Why would you say this? You don't need to be here. Let me just sell all this stuff that I don't need. I've still not finished. There's a quest in Westfall that I've still not done. Oh, I could go to Duskwood, actually. That's nearing roughly where I need to be. Okay, if that's level 14, then I could still actually get the quest for. Pillagers and Looters. And... oh, I've actually finished the Defiance Brotherhood questline. I can go and hand that in right now. Let's go and hand that in. But no, my plan is finish playing the Paladin for a bit. So here's what I've learned. Tell me this. I have learned that Paladins are really good at tanking groups of enemies. Warriors are really good at tanking single enemies. First classic streamer you've seen not using rested XP. Don't need it, mate. Know the game like the back of my hand, and I often wear gloves, so I don't know that well at all. So, from what I've learned, and correct me if I'm wrong with this, Paladin really good at tanking big groups of enemies. We want to go to... Hang on, where are we going to go? To Westfall. That's the one. Warrior really good at... Okay, damn, Josh, breathe. Look, man, I was going to say when I'm swallowing it, don't stop, but that would have been a bad thing to say. I can sometimes drink a lot in one go. That's what I should have said instead. Chugging protein. Now, this is some gamer subs. Where is my accent from? Unfortunately, England. How goes the pally life? You know what? Pretty good. Yes, you are all correct. I did just use an active real-life chug jug. The flavour is, I believe, bussin'. I don't need to be here. I could just make another YouTube video. How far he has fallen. I used to do Shakespeare. Now we're talking about how illegally bussing Kinder Buenos is and how much chug jug I can chug. You didn't see the sock? That's a very important sock on the microphone. Gamer subs to play a paladin. Yeah, look, I need my energy, my focus, my gamer focus. Everyone knows that World of Warcraft Classic, a game that's 22 years old, is the most difficult game to play without focus. We all know this. Did you do a friggin' Galaxy Quest reference with Alan Rickman by Grabthar's Hammer? You will be avenged. Yeah, there we go. Restoring real-life mana. That's what happened. 100% perfect. Real-life mana was restored. We could try a Deadmines run, but I do not think it would go well. But we could give it a go. Who is up for trying? Right, Defiance Brotherhood. Let's hand in this quest. I'm close to leveling, you know. Oh, a note to Stormwind. I love these back and forth quests. Like the part in Galaxy Quest when the bomb countdown stops at 1. I swear it always stops at 1. If you haven't seen Galaxy Quest, go and watch it. I like the bit when they're taking the starship out the hangar for the first time and he scratches the ship along the wall the whole way to get there. By Grabthar's Hammer. What a savings. Right, take me back to Stormwind, my friend. I've got quests to hand in. How are you guys doing today? How's everyone been? How are you all? Anyway, after 3 hours of Warcraft Classic, I will be doing the live-action Dungeons & Dragons live play session with Rustage and the Nerdcore crew. I'll just raid the D&D channel from here, so just hang around here, and then we'll just play D&D. It's melting, it's too fucking hot. Thank you, Void Insanity. I get it. A shorter stream than usual. Yeah, by like an hour. And then I'll be doing a D&D stream for 2 hours, so I'll be streaming in total for about... Hang on, let me do some maths. 2 2 add 3, 5. 5 hours. There we go. I wasn't a maths teacher. That's why I was a drama teacher. Use the fingers for dramatic effect. That's what she said. If Azeroth was a real place, where would I settle my medieval fief? If Azeroth was a real place, I'm British, so you have to understand that it would slowly all become mine. As is the fate of all lands everywhere. I mean, there's a reason that I was attracted to the Alliance. Azeroth sounds like the way that some kind of English chav would say it. Okay, let's go hand in whatever this is. That dude defies brotherhood. I feel that England would do a good job at claiming Azeroth. I feel that's probably why I'm partially attracted to the Alliance. Right, let's go... Which way are we going? Going this way. Your favourite British pronunciation is how they say the Buddha's real name. Is it Siddhartha? England would colonise Azeroth in a heartbeat. We would. We'd do it so damn well. What is my favourite upper body machine? So, there's this really cool machine in the gym, close to me, and when you put money into it, chocolate falls out. Without a doubt, the perfect machine. Absolutely no changes are needed. It's the gains machine. We call it the bulker. Right, I'm handing in a load of quests, which means that I might actually soon be able to genuinely go and do the Dead Mines properly. Like the way it was meant to be done. Oh, I've completed Westfall Stew, finally. I'm going to hand that in. I love your YouTube videos. How to write a proper script for YouTube videos. Write a bad script and then take out all the bits that are bad. What you'll be left with is an okay script. Josh, your chair is disintegrating. I am sitting on a towel. That's how warm it is. The chair is fine. I had to put a towel over the chair because otherwise I sweat and the sweat goes into the chair and that makes me one step closer to the stereotypical gamer. Like, I know that I'm playing World of Warcraft every day, but I've got to have some standards. I'm not having a gaming chair that's like 2/3 sweat. I thought you had an AC. We're English. I have a fan and a dream. I'm not making the chair moist. I'm not becoming one with the chair. There have been moments when I've walked into my office, I'm like, oh my god, something stinks in here. Then I'm like, oh yeah, it's the chair. I forgot to wash it yesterday. Because you've got to wipe down your chairs, guys. Do it. Get some Febreze. Dunk the chair in Febreze. What is the maximum fart capacity of a gaming chair? Trick question. There is no maximum. Okay, it just keeps going up. Let's go to Sentinel Hill, Westfall. Is the chair a ghost and thus wet? I've been streaming for 20 minutes. 20 minutes! Your chair is fabric, it would smell scented for ages. I need to get one of those chairs that has like the mesh fabric back to allow me to breathe. I'm trying not to devolve in this to like the stereotypical gamer conversation. But like, yeah, obviously everyone knows that you need to be cleaning your chairs. That's just how it works. Yeah, wet goes to like a 2-hour in thing. We need to complain more about the educational reform system first. The mesh fabric back on the chair is good in the heat. Yes, it is. See, there are levels to this. There are layers. Leather solves a lot of problems, but it's very sweaty. I agree. Although I'll be honest, a lot of my problems have been caused by leather. Especially whenever you walk into a convention, there's a girl wearing it, and I'm like, oh, that's going to be a problem later. Because I need to have places I need to be. But unfortunately, she's dressed as Thorn from the Hex Girls. You all understand, of course. Don't look at me like that, Mard. Don't use my own face, my own disapproving face against me. Is the chair wet and therefore a ghost? I don't like this stream anymore. I think I enjoyed this stream more before I went live. Back when the days were fun. Back when I was but a wee lass. Okay, look, what's my next quest? Oh, this is the one where you have to find the Defias messenger, isn't it? I remember this one. The idea of this stream is great. Oh yeah, straight up. Back when the days were fun and the ghosts were dry. This is your career, Josh. You picked this. Embrace it. Embrace it. The days were never fun. We were just too young to not know what suffering truly was. Well, that's a down thing to say, half an hour into the stream. You know what, yeah, this stream has been too good for too long. It was too funny the last time we did a stream. We need to balance this out. This is a doomer stream now. Everything's awful. Everyone complained about what's happened. How are you still in Westfall? I swear I remember this from months ago. I love you either way. Yeah, I've got multiple characters. This is a different character. This is a human paladin. The character you saw was a Draenei paladin. It's very important. Right. I will have all the quest rewards from you. Thank you very much. Throes of Depression Thursday. Excellent. I'm glad we've all got something from this. So yes, Throes of Depression Thursday can be what we go for this. I'm glad you're all having a good time. Let's go and see if we can find this Defias Brotherhood messenger. We are super close to level 21. Size and updates classic. Sorry, Inju, you've got to come back. Josh, do you think the 1949 National Parks and Access to the Countryside Act made nature a controlled theme park? Celsius, I'm really glad that you've asked that question. I've got a lot of thoughts about the 1949 National Parks and Access to the Countryside Act. I believe it's probably one of the best acts that itself relates to countryside, national parks, and access therein to all of them. However, what we often forget is that allowing the public access to the countryside or national parks means that poor people get to go and be where rich people are. And I don't think you understand how bad that is for rich people. Because if those rich people weren't inherently better than the poor people, why do they have all the land? They've been given that land by the grace of God and also their ancestors invading. And this makes them inherently better than other people. Because nobody wants to work anymore. What you should have done is just be born rich and inherit all of your land, titles, wealth and power from your family, who took it by force from other people who weren't able to resist, and then constructed laws and specific statutes to make sure the same thing couldn't be done to them. It's not my fault that your family didn't do that. And so, honestly, the whole ruling about access to the countryside? No. Right? Why should you be allowed to see nature? Why should you be allowed to walk through these lovely, glorious paths of any beautiful country? Being happy is for rich people. You forget that. Being outside is for wealthy people. It's a reward for conquering things many years ago. Other people shouldn't be allowed it. It's a travesty. I nearly met a poor person a few days ago. Can you imagine how awful that would have been? What would we have talked about? I mean, clearly not access to the countryside and nature, because that's mine. Aren't you an actor? Aren't all actors poor people? oh, fake laughter hiding real pain. They say acting is a poor man's job. Acting is a poor man's hobby and a rich man's job, as they say. You can smell the tears. Don't steal them. That's the most sustenance the actor will have for months. Anyway, classic WoW. No, in all seriousness, I think that access to the countryside and nature should be a universally allowed and beautiful explored thing. I think people should absolutely be allowed to go and walk through beautiful places. As long as, and this is very important, as long as you aren't making the place worse. Like the countryside code. The code of honor that we all live by. Take only photos, leave only footprints. That's the important thing. Access to nature should be allowed, but respect for the nature itself should then kind of, be expected. I think that's a fair balance, a fair comparison to ask for. Like if you want to walk through a lovely forest and a woodland, yeah, go for it. Don't do it with your Bluetooth speaker blasting music and then leaving a load of rubbish behind you. That just seems like that's rude. That's just rude. Don't be rude. I think that's fair to ask for everyone. Like, if we could just trust people to take care of things. If you could just trust people to not make things worse. The problem is people. It's always people. Can I can probably fight you. Oh god, the end of festivals when everyone's like, yeah, let's just throw away this massive tent that I bought just for this event. People would be allowed in more places if there wasn't a history of them being shit. And that's people in general. Not like a specific demographic, just human beings in general. Hey, we leveled up. But have any of you ever been to... I always find it super ironic whenever there's like a protest about the environment or a gathering to show people's unhappiness at the increasing environmental damage. And then when the protest is finished, they just leave the placards everywhere. I hate that so much. That makes me so incredibly, unbelievably annoyed. Right, Pursuit of Justice. Reduce the chance you'll be hit by spells by 2% and increases movement and mounted speed by 10%. This does not stack. Okay, yeah, let's just... Obviously, Pursuit of Justice sounds great. MZ is somewhere around Westfall too. Well, we may be doing... Hey, the messenger. There we go. Didn't realise I'd find new quotes so quickly and easily. That was lovely. Why are you not playing Pal World? Don't you want to murder? I can't believe it's not Pikachu with an AK-47. I mean, obviously everyone wants to do that. But it's also very important that I play the game that I want to play. And I want to play Classic WoW. While I go and also do the Dead Mines. That's a good point. Matey, how would we have a protest about banning placards? What would we hold? How would we get the message across that placards were banned? Josh, I don't think my wife and kids respect me. Do you have any advice? I mean, they respect me, so just do whatever I'm doing. Can we bring projectors that show PowerPoints? Actively encourage that. You could only bring projectors to a protest if it's an old-style English primary school overhead projector with the transparent sheets of A4 paper with what I just assume will be hymn lyrics printed on them. But yeah, if you do that, you're totally allowed to. No problem at all. God, those were so heavy. They were dangerous. You knew that you were in for a good, respected life when you were trusted to wheel in the overhead projector to the hall in the mornings, or to be one of the overhead projector supervisors that flipped over the projected hymn sheets so we could all sing, "Give me oil in my lamp, keep me burning." The worst thing that could possibly happen if you were one of those overhead projector supervisors as a child in school is you would accidentally, and this would honestly traumatize you for the rest of the day, you could accidentally put the song lyrics onto the overhead projector projection bit upside down, which means they were then projected onto the hall wall or onto the specific pull-down fabric bit of the back, and it would be upside down, and everyone in that room would know that you had made a mistake. And they would mock you. They could be backwards, they could be upside down, and then you would have to immediately take it off and fiddle with it, and then you'd have to immediately fix it. The thing is, what you were covered by, and what you hoped that you were covered by, was that everyone in year 6, which was obviously the highest year in the school, knew the lyrics so well that they would just keep singing. Because I guarantee, year 1 and year 2, they were terrified. Because they were very much reading the actual lyrics. They hadn't memorized it yet, all right? They didn't know "I was cold, I was naked, were you there, were you there?" They didn't know that bit. They didn't know "From the tiny ant to the elephant, he's got the whole world in his hands." They didn't know what he had. Year 6 did. Primary school was pretty much just waiting for the apparatus to come out and then in the morning enjoying some pure Jesus bangers. That's truly what it was. I had a good time with that. I think we all had a good time with that. Alright, so let's go PvP. Escort the Defier's traitor. Suggested players 2. You know what? No, that's fine. I can do this. Let's escort. It was also very important in primary school that you were the last person to clap. Rustage, you were the one kid who sang very loudly in primary school. It's very important that you did that. It's also very important that if there was ever clapping or applause in the hall, you must be the last person to clap. You were cooler if you did that. Last person to clap was always the cooler one. We knew that. Josh, any interest in sharing some of my religious views? You know what, Thrak? Yeah, this whole stream has been relatively drama-free, hasn't it? That's never gone wrong before. I have been a professional content creator for several years now, and if there's one thing I know the internet knows how to do, it's have a discussion about religion. So, what I think is very important is my religious view is if you place the tips of your fingers over someone's heart and chant Kalima enough, you can actually rip their heart out of their body. And this was shown in a rather cool documentary a couple of years ago called The Temple of Doom. That's pretty much it. Like, you should just do that. Not only that, but they're still alive. And then Bill's like, so dead mines today? We'll get to the dead mines, alright? We're discussing religion, which is a topic that has never, I don't think, ever caused anyone upset. Look, guys, yesterday we discussed making a racism tier list based on what accents I am and am not allowed to do. Today we're discussing what the best religion is. This stream is taking on some big questions. Really big questions. Josh, did you play Metaphor? No, I haven't. I'd say Pastafarianism is definitely up there. Have you been touched by his noodly appendage? Can we make a religion tier list? I can't see it going wrong. I think everyone will read it, accept it. They'll be very, very understanding. And you know what? Even if they don't agree with it, I think they'll respect it. Does anyone else disagree with that? I think everyone will be the objective list. I think most of it is subjective. That's the thing. There's very little that you can do on the internet that will annoy people. I mean, do you guys think most people would be normal about this stuff? Do you think most people would be understanding? You did not miss a stream yesterday. I was too busy playing Magic the Gathering. So, sorry, but, like, stuff did have to happen. Hey, Josh, when will I be uploading more of these streams to YouTube? Good question. Let's ask Visa and see when that's going to happen. Because Visa pretty much took command of all of that. Do I believe there is some kind of godlike being in some way or another? On one hand, I'm not sure. On the other hand, there are sometimes things in life that I see with such what can only be described as divine beauty. You have to question how this came about. Like when you see a sunrise or a sunset over the ocean, you have to think, this must have been designed. Or when you see like a really nice cake, or like a goth girl, part of you has to question, well, someone has to be responsible for this somewhere. And that's what makes me question that there might be. What about the simulation theory? Ah, the simulation theory. As in, we're all inside a goth girl on a cake. We've just found God. None of us could have come up with that idea, and you just went, hey, there we go. I'm the one that's talking about stacking mechanics all the time. We could have combined it together. Alt Universe Marilyn Monroe. Rustage out here just dropping prime ideas. Absolute prime ideas. It's the mirror universe. I'll take it. I'll go there. I'll take one for the team. Rustage, I will be raiding the Dungeons & Dragons channel after I have finished this stream, so we will hopefully have some people who discover the D&D through this. And if you're in this stream right now and you've not seen Rustage DM, if you've not seen our D&D group, if you want to see one of the most focused, amazing, incredible, accurate Dungeons & Dragons games you will ever see played, there are other channels that will be doing that. But if you want to hang out with us while we play some silly Space Pirates D&D, then we can do that. Discover on episode 19. Look, every episode is an onboarding point. All of them. You kind of forgot about the D&D. Sorry, Josh. That's fine. So did Wizards of the Coast. What is my favourite D&D character that I ever made? Oh, goodness. I've made so many of them. I do enjoy the character of Rick Plan, because he's just so over the top and silly with everything. Everyone missed... Okay, so I played a bard for like 10 episodes and then discovered that I had spells. I thought bards just had bardic inspiration and a dream. Turns out, you actually get spells. Why are MMORPG players always jumping? It is the way of connecting to people. Oh, hang on, look at this. Kill Edward Van Cleef and I get the Chaussees of Westfall or the Tunic. That is male armor, strength, and stamina. That's brilliant. I want those. They are fantastic. I have accepted the quest to go and kill Van Cleef. To be fair, Bearded Bard, yeah, 5e is pretty good. We enjoy 5e. I need to kill Van Cleef. Interesting. That means I need a team. What's the deal with goth girls? Like, what's actually special about them? Just curious. Duaz. So, there are a couple of subcultures that I just think are quite attractive. And I guess a lot of people's attractions are formed in their... Interesting thing. A lot of what people find attractive is formed during their formative teenage years. So, whatever subculture was big when you were about 13 to 17 is going to be something that has a major effect on you throughout the rest of your life. So if you find something attractive when you are 13 to 17, chances are you will then continue to find that attractive going forward into the rest of your life. So look at the kind of media that was popular when you were between 13 to 17, and that's what will be stored as a memory that will awaken years later, such as when you watch the film The Mummy for the first time, and then you discover that you're attracted to everyone in that film. Or when you watch the Scooby-Doo film Scooby-Doo and the Witch's Ghost with the Hex Girls. Or when you watch Kim Possible on TV. Elvira, exactly, the Queen of Darkness would have been the focus for a lot of people when that was big. So you're telling me that Brendan Fraser is the original goth girl? Yes. That's what I want you to take away from this conversation. Brendan Fraser is a goth girl. You think redheads and goth chicks are hot because of Kim Possible and Shago. And you're not wrong. Like Totally Spies, that was there. It's why a lot of people went with Marilyn Monroe and had a thing for blondes for a long time. The image of what you are attracted to when you are kind of 13 to 17 does become imbued into you. And that becomes the baseline that you will then like as you go forward into life. Obviously, you'll discover new stuff as you age. You'll discover new things as you meet people and be like, oh yeah, I like this as well. But what is important and attractive during your formative years becomes a thing. Which is why people say, oh, goth girls. There was like a big goth subculture movement around the early 2000s to mid 2000s, kind of late 1990s into the mid 2000s. So a lot of people that would be part of this audience grew up with that as a huge influence. Abby from NCIS. There we go. There's another. There we go. Important. Very important. Buffy the Vampire Slayer as well. Everything by the band The Rasmus. Yeah, you know what? That's true. Everyone wants their goth girlfriend, but nobody wants to become... What's the guy in the Addams Family? What's his name again? Gomez. That's the one. You got to be Gomez. Lurch. Hey, some people are into that. If you want your goth girl, you got to become Gomez. You got to do it. People think they want a goth girl until they get a real goth girlfriend, and then they realize that, honestly, they just shed everywhere. Okay? And you will get black eyeliner on everything. You can no longer own white shirts. You can't have white bed sheets anymore. It's just going to be a problem. You've got to walk them twice a day. You've got to make sure that you've always got a supply of yogurt in for them. You've got to make sure the temperature is at just the right degrees. And I guarantee they will not stop going on about My Chemical Romance. Got to be careful they don't get too much sun, though. We're watching a World of Warcraft stream. I don't think any of us are in danger of getting too much sun. Right, let's keep the jokes realistic. The MCR debut album was great. It was, actually. I saw them years ago. When I was a young boy, my father actually did take me into the city to see a marching band. And he did say to me, son, when you grow up, will you defeat them? Who is the most attractive member of My Chemical Romance? Oh, all of them. I am able to fake my way through being musically cultured quite a lot. I can try. Yeah, that one guy. You just said that because you don't know any of their names. That's not true. I've got favourite albums. I've got favourite songs of theirs. Yeah. See Michael Romance. Josh, you're a great actor. You can do it. Thanks, it's true. I'm impressed with how much you bluff knowing things. You've just... Gerard Chemical. Oh. Well, you've got the whole world in your hands. Yeah, you know what? My Chemical Romance would have had more fans if they had had their songs sung during primary school hymn time. I feel that could have worked better. Although, when you put the lyrics up, I feel that the year 1 and the year 2 of the primary school would have been quite scared at knowing the exact cadence that the na 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 need to be said in, because it's just that word again and again. I am the master of bluffing about knowing things. It's true. I am a cunning linguist. I need to put a team together for the Deadmines. Is anyone actually capable of doing this? Do we have enough people in the guild? Right, the guild button is J for Jild. Right, roster. Who's online? And who's roughly the right level? Okay, so we need people between... we need people between level... What? Hang on. Between level 16 and level 24. Currently, online, between level 16 and level 24, is Moon Bunny, Druz, and me. We have a druid, a warlock, and a paladin. That might be enough. That could work. Oh, Emsy's online as well, and we can invite you in. That's a healer. MZ, we could get you in as a healer. You might need to heal me, though, which is going to be challenging. A druid, a warlock, and a paladin walk into the Deadmines. Do you actually need to take 5 people? Okay, if you're watching this, just PM me if you can do the Deadmines. Who... Hang on, I haven't actually joined the thing, have I? Is it join the Union? Chat. Change channel. Chat channel 4. Fantastic. The Union. So, let's try and get an actual... Need 3 DPS for the Deadmines. Okay. Druz can do the Deadmines. We need to make sure that everyone's roughly the right level. 19, 20... Oh, this is good. This is fine. I would join you, but you played a filthy human being. No, I had a shower. Rami could join as well. Nothing about this... Oh, hang on. No. Oh, we've got to read this. We've got to read this message. I'm 90% sure this is just a copy-pasta. Nothing about this stream or the streamer is entertaining. I've been watching for 20 minutes and haven't heard a single remotely funny joke or comment. Nothing engaging. It's like I'm watching early morning TV on a countryside TV station. WTF is this? Okay. Surely not nothing is entertaining. Like, I've not set the green screen correctly for the towel behind me. That's just kind of flickering. That's got to be something. That's got to be something. Like, we can work with that. Okay, who else needs to do? We've got Rami, beautiful. We need one more space for dead mines. MZ, Druk, Rami, one more dead mine space. Anyone else? You like the sock on the mic? Thank you. So, they say that you're like... You sound like it's an insult. It's like you're watching early morning TV on a country station. That's great. That's brilliant. I think we are being spammed by bots. No, I think this is just actually regular people who are copy-pasting it and putting it back in. Who else wishes to join? Hang on. Jorwitz wishes to join? Who else is able to make it? He's calling you Alan Partridge, the Alpha Papa of British broadcasting. He's fantastic. There's nothing wrong with that. Let me find... I'm level 14, I'm the GOAT. I'm level 14, I can dead mines, I'm the GOAT. Rogue DPS here. We've got to go with the Rogue DPS because I know what it feels like to be a Rogue DPS. Level 20, level 16, level 20, level 19, and level 21. Yes! Highest level here. Beautiful. Okay, let me just... I've got a combat log I don't care about. I do need to make a new... How do you make a new window? How do you make a new window? Create new window. Party chat. Yeah. And party chat, we go to settings, and we make it just party. Nothing else. Sweet. Okay, cool. I am at the dead mines. This may not work. Like, I don't know how to tank. So, just bear with me on this. I can attempt to summon some of you. What would I like to see changed in Classic Plus? You should be able to play as a Murloc. However, they shouldn't be able to understand any language except other Murlocs. Go in there with the confidence of a hunter pet. Yes, I can do that. Do I trust you? Says MZ. No, not at all. Let me just sort out the background. There we go. Right. I should be ready to summon people. Okay. At Summon Stone now. Now, what you will need to do is give me some time to be able to actually get aggro on everything. Righteous Defense will be very important. Probably more important than Hammer of Justice, which stuns. Lay on hands. 8 is Purify. Forget Purify. No one needs Purify. What I will do is get Righteous Defense, which allows me to grab aggro. Okay, cool. Right, who are we still waiting on? This might be the most complicated. Jorwitz, Ramoth, MZ Heals, and... Okay, cool, we're all here. This is looking good. We're going to go great. Toggle Righteous Fury on. It lasts 30 minutes. Righteous Fury is on. The Defense Devotion Aura is on. Lesser Armor is on. Blood Pact is doing something. Seal of Righteousness will be on soon. Blessing of Might will be on everyone. So, everyone gets blessed. And then we go inside. You want Retribution Aura, mate? No, I'm going with this aura. I'm going with the Devotion. To make sure we all get that. And we've got somebody else running in from over here. We'll try Blessing of Might. If it fails, we'll go with something else. Okay, who are we waiting for? I'm nearly there. Any quests to share? I actually might have a quest to share. Give me a second. Just what a... Might. Just what a Warlock needs. Well, fine. You can have something else. Let me press P to open up the spell book. You can have the Blessing of Protection. What else? What other blessings are there? Blessing of Might. I don't think there's any other... yeah, casters have no say. I'm the tank. I'm in charge. This is how it works. Right. Let's go. I'm the tank. Everyone just follows me. Still no wisdom. Don't need it, mate. I don't think I bought the Blessing of Wisdom. Caster's out of mana. That sounds like a caster problem. Wisdom is under holy if you've learned it. Oh, hang on. Yep, there we go. Blessing of Wisdom can go on the board just there. Right, who needs Blessing of Wisdom? There you go. Be wise. Who else needs wisdom? Probably the priest. Right, you're both wise people now. Let's go, wise guys. All I'm hoping... hang on, is that a quest item for me? It might be. Yes. All I'm hoping is that I don't die, and am also the most valuable player. I don't have any distance aggro grabs as well, so you'll have to really forgive me for that. I do have Consecrate, which will be the thing that I probably spend most of my mana on. So you'll just wait for me to start consecrating things. Judgments have range. Oh, do they? So I can stick on the seal. Everything's already dead because it was scared of me. And then I can use Judgment as almost like a ranged cast. That'd be amazing. You have 3 pulls. Tell me about it. Tell me about the 3 pulls. So I've got Judgment. What else do I have? This paladin is going to make it to 70. Somebody is. Okay, let's just see what the range is. The range is actually okay. When you rage, I win. Thank you very much for the gifted subs. That's very kind of you. 5 ad blockers. So no, 10. 10 ad blockers gifted out to the community. That's very kind of you. Thank you for joining the stream. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. Recently found your YouTube channel. Thank you for the content. Oh, thank you very much, man. I appreciate that. Hopefully you're having a lovely day. It's a damn shame you aren't playing a private server. No, it's not. Okay. Is everyone... I feel like I should give a speech. Who needs to be mighty? Warrior, get mighty. Right, cool. Let's go. There we go. Speech was done. That was it. Everything is fine now. Blessing of Might is on. This is on. I attack as I go. What I might need to do is... Have I still got it set so when I press F, it shows what I'm attacking? Right, are you ready for a Consecrate? Alright, good luck, Amzi. You need to be attacking me. Where was that ability? That's it. 8. That just pulls the aggro on other things, doesn't it? I feel that I should have more mana than I currently have. Don't forget to loot your quest item. I'll get it there eventually, don't you worry. So 8 is righteous defense that immediately just hits everything that is attacking other people. My new focus is going to be if somebody else attacks something and gets aggro, that's kind of on them. Like, if you get aggro, entirely your fault, deal with it. That's my plan. Sounding like a real tank. Like, yeah, just... If you've got aggro, just run next to me, and I'll do what I can. Because Consecrate seems pretty useful in the grand scheme of things. Consecrate is pretty much the AoE aggro grab of everything. You should use Retribution Aura for tanking. Fine, I will do that. If you've got enemies on you, run toward me, not away from me. And I think I've got every other aura on. Increases the threat generated by your holy spells. Watching this stream makes me want to roll a mage and level. Do it. Right, no one's dead yet, so I'm probably doing a really good job. I am going to keep going with this. Goodness me, that is 10 more. You don't need to keep doing this. I will keep streaming. Thank you very much, though. That's very kind of you. Oh, Jowitz, thank you for the sub, man. Raid, that is very kind that you are making that. But just so you know, it's always important to me that whenever people drop lots of subs, I say, hey man, just so you know, you don't need to. Okay, you guys, I know that obviously life's hard right now, and lots of people are struggling with lots of stuff. Spend your money on what you want to do first. I will be streaming regardless. Like, I ain't gonna stop. Guarantee. Alright, nobody's dead yet, that's good. It's for the ad block. Yeah, the ad block's the most important thing. So what I'm doing after every pull is I'm glancing to the side and I'm seeing that the green bars of health are still there. And if they are still there, everything's fine. Inscribed leather boots. No, not for me. Like, if people aren't dead yet, then clearly I can just pull more. Okay, ready. I'm even going to ask if people are ready. I've done pretty much all of this fight with, like, no mana so far. Right, let's see if I can keep his attention on me. This is the first true test. Okay, I've used a lot of aggro grabs because the rogue is getting the aggro. That's fine. If the rogue dies, the rogue dies. Jorwitz, you're tanking now. Good job. So what I did was, this is called the spank and tank. As the tank, I apply the spank. Sears Feinstein, I don't need. And Raxor's Hammer. That is more damage, more stamina. That's pretty good. That's pretty good for, I think, me. So, like, I may as well just need that. Because that's a big hammer. So, we need that. If I get it, we use it. Who got it? Ramioth, right. Ramioth, you're being kicked from the guild later. If someone could make a note of everyone in a run that gets gear that I could use, we will deal with them at the end of the run. You need a shield. Clearly not. I'm not out-damaging a rogue. Ah, yes. Hang on. We're being attacked from behind. Oh, I have no mace skills. I've got mace skills. Beautiful. There we go. What better time to level the mace than immediately after you've just got it? I mean, yeah. You've been given the mace. Level it now. Grab these enemies, pull them back this way. Tank them one at a time. Let's go. Oh, I nearly used an interrupt, guys. That was nearly good. Don't know if you saw that. That's fine. I'll just get Smite's big hammer. And then I will learn how to actually tank. At the minute, I'm set up as a Retribution Paladin, which is the damagey Paladin. I don't think this I don't think this party has a tank. I think what it has is a Paladin with a dream and a rogue that's being attacked a lot. You're right, Apollo. Oh, it's just sat in the corner. I'm not a fake tank. I'm just a bad tank. There's a difference. Yeah, fake would imply that I don't know what I'm doing. I do know what I'm doing, I'm just not doing it. Should call yourself I'm trying. I have gone in to stank tents, and I am trying my best. And if anything, that's all you can really ask of a tank. Bard's Boots of the Whale. Spirit and Stamina. I don't need those. What does a paladin tank need? Do they need, from what I've been told, spell power and stamina? Do we have the bags open to hide the questy tracker? We can close the bags, that's fine. Hey, Miner Johnson's there. Brilliant. Let's beat up a miner. I'll be streaming on Kick soon, I can feel it. Right, the rogue has decided to tank Miner Johnson. I mean, you're level 20, so you should be able to take most of this. The Miner's Cape. Cool. More armor and more stamina. Let's go. If I get that, I will equip it. Did I get it? No, Ramith is being kicked from the guild at the end of this run. At least I'm doing an amount of damage. That's important. I think the only thing that I'm struggling with, and this is why I stopped using my previous tank character, I feel that I can't hold aggro. Is it because paladins are really gear dependent? You're damaging the enemy's spirit. I feel the warlock does that. Slap consecrate down every pull. Okay, but I'm going to run out of mana. Can you stack consecrate? Holy damage is what you get aggro with. Okay. Chug milk. I've not got any milk on me. Seer's pants. I don't need those, but thanks for dropping them for me. It's a group effort. They need to be aware of threat. It is a group effort. I am the group. There's no I in team, but there is a me. You got to use your 2 spells. But this is more complicated than Warlock was. Prot Pally is pretty shit until TBC when you get spiritual attunement. Well, wish I'd have known that. Right, hang on, I'm stunned. Consecrate is down. The 3... That's quite insulting for a paladin. The 3 goblins just ran straight past me. I will get a shield soon. I can't believe the 3 goblins stunned me and went, you know who the real threat of this team is? The rogue. Goblins don't find me a threat. They don't, apparently. Prot Pally is fine. I tanked all the way through Classic. I will get there. I will learn what to do. I need, like, some kind of ability that, like, taunts the enemy to attack me. We could call it an attack me ability. If only one of those abilities existed. You should get Retribution Aura. That's passive threat build-up. That only accounts when they attack me, though, doesn't it? Doesn't count when they attack, like, the rest of the team. Because I've got Retribution Aura somewhere. Okay, so I've got... Yeah, I've got the Devotion Aura. Haven't got the Retribution Aura. At least not yet. I haven't got it. Okay, let's see if I can pull some of these guys. Here we go. This is better. When you get Consecration and Retribution Aura, it should make tanking a lot easier. I've got Consecration. I just went into this fight with no mana. So that may be on me. But I mean, nothing's dead yet. Once I'm slightly better geared, then I will definitely change around what I do and don't use. At least Josh is a tank that sprints through the instance blaming healer for why. I might be that. You don't know what I'm going to be. Paladins don't need mana when they have the power of friendship. MZ says out of mana. Now that's a problem. Like when the healer's out of mana, that's when we start doing it. Paladin tanking is about holy damage to keep aggro, hence mana for low levels. It's a pain. Okay, so we just want lots of holy damage. Now we can all just sit down for a minute. Rough whetstone. Thank you for giving me a rough whetstone. I appreciate that. Is that for my weapon? I'm not going to put it on yet until I get a better weapon. I'm going to wait for MZ's mana to fill back up, though. Maybe have... I should have brought some kind of juice, shouldn't I? And by juice, I mean, like, milk. Let's use the oil again. Right. Use some special oil. Put on my little special 10-minute spell. Blessing of Might onto myself. Alright. Droz, are you going to give me some ice-cold milk? You beauty! Thank you. Now we can have some lovely gamer sups in the middle of the dungeon. We can all get ready. MZ's full up of mana. I'm nearly full of mana. This is about to go great. Right, we're about to go real hard into this fight. Let's see if I can pull these guys without getting the boss. You have milk for emergencies. Well, I mean, we've always got emergency milk. You don't need to judge. Keeping your seal up is more important if you are mana starved. It's important that I judge the goblin, though. Right. Just checking the group is ready. Ready for the big fight. We should be ready. Let's see how well we're going to go. Rami has said ready. Okay, cool. Right, we're all good. Let's go. I've been feared. So, good luck, team. It was not the greatest of starts, but I think we pulled it back pretty quickly. You are my favorite streamer in WoW Classic that is Paladin level 21. That's a hotly contested streaming area, without a doubt. That's a very hotly contested streaming design. I've literally not paid attention to a single mob design. Is that a goblin in a mech? Yeah, it is. That's Sneed's Shredder. And then when he dies, Sneed jumps out, and you fight Sneed on his own. I will fight Sneed. And I'm died. I'm died. I'm dead. Good luck, guys. You've got this. I think that is... Let me get this right. The healer's fault. He sneeded all over me. Now the question is, do I have resurrection? I don't know if I do. Gold flecked gloves. Damage and healing done by magical spells by up to 7. Do I need those because they actually increase the damage that I do? You should, but you can't use it on yourself. I don't even think I do have... Oh, I have Redemption. Brings a dead player back to life, can't be cast in combat. Okay. We also have Buzzer Blade. Which I... Oh, MZ wants to resurrect you. Well, I'll accept that. Do I need the gold-flecked gloves? That's a question. Increases damage and healing by up to 7. Because more damage means, obviously... You know what? No, I don't need those. I'll greed them, but I don't need them. And Buzzer Blade seems useless for me. Right. You're on thin ice. Thin ice. More damage does mean more damage, that's true. You're right there, Apollo. You're just sitting, hanging out. Are we ready? Yeah, you know, that's true. We are hard men. Cloth is for the weak and feeble. I only go into dungeons hard. Because I'm a paladin, so I wear mail. So that's the point. Oh, hang on. My aura got turned off. And then everything else stopped. And now I'm good. God damn, these things hit really hard. I did not realize this. Also, quick question. How is MZ feeling okay? I know she's going to blame herself for me dying, but she really shouldn't. Josh, quick, put on RF, have a seal on at all times, consecrate when more than one enemy. Josh, your tank aura. I've got my tank aura. My devotion aura is on. It's the only aura I've got. So we're using it. True Paladin. Okay, good. Not that. Righteous... Oh, Righteous Fury. Oh, yeah, obviously. That one. Right. Oh, good. The attack thing came from behind. Right. Switch onto the Evoker if possible. I cannot do that, but I can do that. I don't think I can get anything else onto or off of me. Which is a shame. I'm also out of mana. Heal needs to stick on you more. Does every death become a wet ghost? Yes. Yes, it does. Good job, everyone. That was a very well covered mistake by me. I'm learning. We learn from our mistakes, which means by the end of this dungeon, I will have learned a lot. Righteous Fury is back on. So we're good. Can we get some Apollo screen time? He is currently lying down in the coolest part of the house. So we have to just leave him there. Throwing down Consecrate. Number 6 is your taunt. Divine Protection. You are protected from all attacks and spells, but you drop aggro. I think you just tried to troll me. Number 6 is your taunt. That's the opposite of a taunt. That's like... that... no. You lied to me. Let me make you guys wise. Also, let me just drink some milk. Emergency milk time. He means number 8. Righteous Defense. Yes, that could be good. Should you complain you got 2 smaller pieces of fish rather than 1 big fish in your fish and chip shop? Absolutely. They love it when you do that. Right, Warlock, get wise. Healer, get wise. Let's go. When do I get like a ranged aggro pull? Feels like a thing I should have. Josh, put on the chest that you won. Oh yeah, more armor, more strength, more everything. Beautiful. Thank you, Rami. I'm glad that you guys are here for me. Can you imagine how bad I would be if I didn't have everyone helping me all the time? I don't catch you near enough, and it's not a criticism, but I'm not sure I see you play the same character or hit max level. I assume you enjoy the leveling portion. When I started playing this game, everyone said, so what's your favourite class? And I didn't know, so I said the best thing to do is to play all the classes. And now I'm playing all the classes, and people are like, why do you keep changing classes? Because I need to know what my favourite is. Need to work it out. Is that currently active? Righteous Fury? I think it is, yeah. There we go. Increase the threat generated by holy spells, and seeing as Judgment does holy damage, Oh, I see. So does Judgment count as a holy spell? So effectively, what I want to be doing is just constantly sealing and judging as many things as I can. The range pull thingy is Avenger Shield in your talent tree. I've not got to that yet. So sealing and judging seems to be the way that we do this. Okay, this is the room. This is the room of death. So what we're going to want is slow pulls. Very slow pulls. Are we ready? Consecrate will be put down and I will deal with one enemy at a time. And if you get aggro, run to me and I will take it off you. But I can promise no more than that. Seal, judge, consecrate is the way. Taxing on mana, though. Okay. In that case, we just slowly... we drink after every pull. I am learning. May Smite's hammer drop on you. I mean, hopefully not while he's holding it. I feel that tanks need a range pull. Don't think you brought enough milk, should have brought a cow. That's okay, we can milk this room for what it's worth. Let's grab the craftsman by line of sight. Let's pull you back here. Let's interrupt you whenever you do something annoying. Let's get the hammer on. And let's make sure we grab aggro away. Okay, we got this. I think we're doing okay right now. You're a paladin. You pull with the power of friendship. Power of friendship and also violence. Healer will pull aggro off you. There's more than 2 mobs. Okay. I'm learning it. Good team. They're letting you get threat. I am a threatening man. It's true. Now we just have a quick drink. Quick snack. You think my chair's phasing out of reality? It's just kind of had enough of this reality, to be honest. Can we grab the engineer by doing that? No, we can't. That's annoying. I thought we'd be able to. No, he's actually fallen backwards slightly. Can we grab the craftsman by doing this? Yes. Let's interrupt you like that. Alright, that was decent. I'm trying to just grab enemies from a distance as and when we can. Let's see if we can pull this engineer up here with us. Oh no, he puts out his stupid robot control golem, doesn't he? Alright. You annoyingly just need to be killed ASAP so the golem goes away. Josh, you need more light on you so nothing vanishes. No, it can vanish. It's because it's a green towel, so actually it should be vanishing, to be fair. Right, the question now is which goblin next? And I think it's these ones over here. I want to try, see if I can get it to run this way. There we go. Consecrated, attacked. What colour was the towel when you bought it? Green. That was a decent pull. That was a slow pull. But I'm good with it. I suppose the only problem with tanking is that it's difficult for me to stream and tank at the same time. Right. I'm going to try with the engineer gone over there. Does he stay over there? Can we pull this craftsman from there this way? No, I don't believe we can. Okay. I wanted to try and pull one of the craftsmen toward us. Oh, yep. Has the craftsman been pulled? Fantastic. That was lovely. Good job. Good job all round. Nice big damage. Everyone's died. Right. Want to wait for the engineer to move away, and then go and grab the craftsman in from there. Much rather we go slow with this room. So far, this ain't bad. Like, I've been involved in worse runs. Much worse runs. Okay, the engineer's over there. Can we grab this craftsman? You're doing good. We're not doing too bad, are we? This room can be super... like, it can all go wrong so quickly. That's the only thing I hate about this room. It can just go so wrong so fast. I really want to try and line of sight pull this engineer. Can the goblin engineer come this way to us? Yes. Okay, we got it. That was decent. We just get one engineer at a time. We do a slow pull. I think that is, I would say, the majority of the danger in the room. Like, if we can keep the craftsmen over here, just pull them back slowly toward us, we're all good. Am I enjoying being back on WoW? I am. Use Judgment to pull from like 10 yards away. Does Judgment not have a melee? Oh, it's a 10-yard thing. Okay. Right, so Judgment does in fact have a 10-yard range. That's good to know. There's an engineer over there that I would rather avoid. So, if we can pull this craftsman without pulling the engineer, I'll be happy. Well, we can't. But let's see what we can do. Buccaneer's Cape of the something. Spirit and stamina, don't need either of those two things. Hey, I'm new to WoW and especially tank, but I play retail. Why pull cautiously? Are the mobs in Classic that scary? Yes. Yeah, if you pull 3 or 4 mobs in Classic, you'll die. And especially because I'm a new tank and I don't yet have the skill to grab all of the aggro whenever I need it, I am trying as hard as I can to make sure that I only ever pull 1 or 2. This room, especially within this dungeon, has the risk of chain pulling because, you know, one enemy will be attacked, they'll grab the next, they'll grab the next, they'll grab the next, and that's a problem. Also, enemies in dungeons, despite the fact they say that they're level, 19, they act a lot higher than that level. Like, it's not just like a regular level 19 enemy. However, I'm also not the greatest tank in the world, which means that it's really important for me to be able to try and pull one at a time to make sure that my team aren't in danger. I don't know if you all saw that line of sight pull right there, but I would like to point out that I did that. Which means you get the enemy's attention, they attack you, you pull them to here, then they are in a much more advantageous position for our team. Which makes me happy. I mean, you can obviously try. Raider's Belt of the Bear, 2 stamina, 2 strength, 91 armor. That is actually good for me. I'm going to need that. Yeah, you know what? The tanking is all coming together now. Maybe the one who you want to kick out the guild is a better tank. Yeah, that was a joke, by the way. Now the question is, what do we do with the Goblin Craftsmen and Glind? Can we pull these guys apart? Good luck. Good ranged pull. Good job all round there. Liked that. In retail you can pull the whole room. Yes, you can. And the person that was going to be kicked probably would be a better tank. Right. 2 more. Let's do this. Rogue, if you want to go for it. Okay, let's go. I'm out of mana, so good luck everyone else. The rogue has been... Attack me, Glind, nobody else, just me. Glind normally gives a ring, doesn't he? If we get the item we actually need. Well, that was not bad. Lavishly jeweled ring, plus 6 intellect. I don't think I need that as... No, hang on. I was going to say I don't need that as a tank, but I am a paladin tank. So, intellect increases mana and spell critical, so I do need it. Hell yeah. Okay. MZ is being kicked from the guild at the end of this run. Paladin, the hunters of melee. Look, everything is paladin armor. This entire group is being kicked from this run. Remember the patrol that I think will be behind us eventually? Cool, not there yet. Takes a long time. Okay. We're not worrying about the patrol yet. Fall back for the wizards. We'll see if we can pull the wizard on their own. Good job, everyone. Patrol's not here yet, so we're going nice. I would say this group so far is definitely like a 6 out of 7. You know, we're doing okay. You guys, however, you can freedom yourself in a pinch to break the roots. That's too advanced. Let's not go too advanced too early, okay? Oh, good. The enemy, the Taskmaster, has been feared, I believe. And now everything is attacking everything else. I cannot consecrate. I do not have the mana. But that was a well-recovered little problem. Good job, guys. A buckler of agility. I don't need that. Oh, patrol's here. I need 120 mana to be able to consecrate. Consecrate! Yes! I'm frozen. Now we're good. I think what I miss about being a DPS is the damage. Tank doesn't need a shield in TBC Classic. I do. For, and this is very important, vibes. It's important that I not only do some of the work here, but I also fulfill my class fantasy. Thank you for the minor mana potion. I appreciate that. I'm going to drink it right now. It's very important that I fulfill the class fantasy of what I'm doing. Shoulder pads? No way. Oh my goodness. Now I'm a real tank. It's time to shoulder the responsibility. Why did you pass the shield? I've already got one up here. Willow Pants of the Eagle. Intellect and stamina. They're cloth. My current ones are... they're good, but no. I'll leave them. On which hotkeys are Divine Protection and Lay on Hands for you? Divine Protection, I believe, is 6, and Lay on Hands is 7. Oh no. You've just made me say the meme! Guys! God. I didn't even realize that I'd done that. The meme. I said the things. I said 6, 7. I was bamboozled. My ghasts have been flabbered. I was a victim of Rankle the Prankle. Oh, bazoonga, as they say in that TV show. Do you wish you were still teaching now that 6-7 is a thing? No. No, I don't. I'm glad that I got out of that profession when I did. Okay, so apart from that time that we died, how does everyone think this is going so far? Because I am just not able to hold aggro. My goodness. Okay, so cool thing here. If the rogue picks the lock of the door instead of shooting it with the cannon, it doesn't alert the enemies behind the door. That's cool. Average Deadmine run, it's a common low-level tank problem. Gentlemen, every tank goes through this. 1 in 5 tanks. Alright, it's completely normal, guys. It's completely normal. Tanking anxiety affects all of us. The problem is you're a prot paladin. I'm actually not. If you were to look at all my skills, I'm technically a retribution paladin because I've put no points into protection whatsoever. So that might be one of the problems. The fact that I am tanking, but I am 100% built as a DPS paladin. I was kind of hoping nobody would ask. Because points spent in protection, 0. Improved devotion aura, redoubt, favor, precision, toughness. No, I didn't any of those. None of those. You need retribution points because at this level, just doing more damage is better. Prot tree kind of worthless till you can get into Holy Shield and beyond. Yeah, because you can tank until late 40s with retribution talents. That's what I'm going to be doing. The thing is, what tanks are there? There's the Protection Paladin, which is pretty much the whole you are good at tanking mobs but not bosses. Then there's the warrior tank, which is good at I actually don't know what. And then there's the druid tank, which seems to be single target tanking. From what I've been told, paladins are better at tanking kind of heroics, but warriors are better at raids. What would you put the tank tier list at? What would you say the best choices are? So, Feral Druid. Feral Druids are just the bears, aren't they? You know, the only reason that I don't want to play a bear is that I just don't like the visuals of playing as a bear, because to me, there's then no visual progression of getting armor and putting on plate armor and having big shield and big hammer and big weapon. That's the only reason. Like, I like the idea of a druid tank, I just dislike the fact that it's so visually boring. Can't the Warlock tank in Classic? I think that was something they added for the Season of Discovery. It's just visually quite bare. There we go. There's the comedy. Not really. If we go meta, most guilds not use warrior because they are bad at generating threats. So 2 druid, 1 paladin in a 25-man raid. Okay. That's fine, don't worry. We pulled something, but we move. We grab the aggro and we move. Josh, I'd be very discreet. The Josh Cord probably still believes at the store. Yes. Soggy Bob, look, sometimes you just got to go and get milk from the store. That's what we did. I appreciate the fact that Retribution actually has a... Sorry, Judgment has a distance pull. I like that a lot. So if you had to go into a raid or a dungeon with a tank, would you prefer a warrior tank or a paladin tank? Because from what I can tell, paladin tanks are better at healing themselves, but warrior tanks just have more armor and do more damage. People say paladin. Druid main tank, paladin off tank. That seems to be the average of what people do want. Paladin for trash, warrior for bosses. Maybe I'll return to the warrior. Who knows? Out of mana. Then we wait. What if the druid's bear form was wearing a bear version of the equipment? I'd love that. Pally can't taunt in an emergency. We can do. We've got the righteous defense. You can get glaives for the warrior. That's true. Just play all 3 tanks. That's what alts are for. I'm not really a fan of alts. I'm kind of a guy that just has like one class that just plays that and gets really good at it. Regular viewers will be able to inform me of that. And inform you that I'm telling the truth. How many characters do I have again? It's not... That doesn't matter. Okay, Smite, you want to be attacking me, mate. Come on. Alright, you guys can deal with the little ads. I'll just take the big boss. The big baddie boss. Let's keep Consecrate up. Alright, he's on me. Right, now we're good. So Paladin does have the Righteous Defense attack, which is where you grab the aggro from a friendly target of whatever's attacking them. And I used to hate that because you used to have to target the friendly target, then use Righteous Defense, and that would be, you know, how it worked. Now it seems that you can just use Righteous Defense on whatever enemy is attacking somebody else, and it will straight away hit them for that, which is good. Only one action bar. Get real and learn to play, buddy. Look, good players only need one action bar, okay? Right, what have we got? The Thief's Blade! An actual good sword that I don't need. Good players don't need more than one action bar, mate. You feel you're learning to play WoW by just watching. I'm not. That's the problem. Right, we can wait for Emsy to grab some stuff back, and I can just give some buffs out. Also buff myself. There we go. Why don't you have a second action bar? Don't need it, mate. Tell me one paladin ability that I don't have the access to right now. Avenging Shield Redemption. Press P to open Spell Book, and you'll notice Redemption is there. Redemption cannot be cast while in combat, so why does it matter? Crusader Aura. Don't need it, mate. Alright, I'm using Seal of Righteousness and also the Devotion Aura, which gives me more armor, which is good because I'm a tank and armor's what I want. Let's just grab you from a distance, Defias Pirate. P for please show me my spellbook. I've got various hotkeys for various things. P for spellbook and J for Jild. Right, now what I do want to do is try, as best I can, to get these guys down. I can't cast Consecrate because I don't have the mana. The Jild button is very important. That's because I'm a Jild leader. Don't forget K for killing things. Goblin Mail Leggings. Armor, Strength, Stamina. They're just straight up better than anything else I've got. That's amazing. Rymoth is being kicked from the guild at the end of this run. This game looks so slow because he's bad. Yeah. This is the first dungeon, and this is the first time I've tanked it. A wipe would mean time wasted for my party. So I would rather go slow and make sure we succeed than run and make sure we fail. You're doing good, pal. Thank you. Thank you, I'm getting there. Right, now. Do we want to pull... I don't want to pull something from up there. So... what I really want to do is try and pull this guy. Without pulling the ones above. Okay, that's good. We didn't pull the ones above. Look, the experience per hour needs to be optimal. Otherwise, guys, what are we doing? Remember, slow is smooth and smooth is fast. Very important way of putting it. Other people want to play the game in their way, and that's fine. I'll never tell you that you can't play the game the way you want to play it. That's totally fine. But I want to play it this way. And I'd rather go slow, make sure we get it right. We're back in WoW. We are indeed. We are indeed. We go slow, we do it right, we focus. Hello, Apollo. And if we only get one dungeon run in per day, that's absolutely fine. Just let me drink my milk. Is your WoW stash as well organized as your PoE stash? Even better. Just substantially better. It's better you go slow and learn how to tank. Absolutely. I mean, I'm not even tanking very well right now because I'm losing aggro all the time. I've got mana issues. I'm not keeping the auras up. You know, stuff's going wrong. But what's very important is that I learn what's going wrong and why it's going wrong and how I can improve it. Everything I have is thrown in the bank randomly. That's how it works. I wouldn't say you aren't doing a good job. You're doing a decent job for someone learning. There we go. The problem as well is that I'm also focusing so much on scouting boots of the gorilla, intellect and strength. That's actually quite good, but they're not male, so I don't need them. I am also focusing on reading the chat, which is always difficult to do if I'm trying to play and learn and engage with Twitch chat. That's the challenge right there. You made a game? Okay. What can I offer a gentleman as you to play the game? A lot of people ask me to give feedback on whatever game they've made. The honest answer is that I simply don't have a lot of time within my work schedule to fit in projects that I've not already focused on. So, to be direct, what you can offer me in order to entice me to play the game that you've spent all of your time building and your passion and your creativity is money. If you offer that, I will be much more inclined to spend my time playing your game. Like, cash money. That's how it works. I had a conversation recently with a couple of game developers, and I'm going to have this conversation with a few game students in the future. And I need to try and phrase this in a way that is not soulless, but also honest and genuine. When I was at the Develop conference, which was the kind of gaming conference thing in Brighton, I had about 30 game devs approach me saying, hey, I've made a game, you're a YouTuber, would you like to play it? Now, none of those games that they'd made were MMORPGs. They were all, different various types of genres and whatnot, and they all liked them for whatever reason they liked them. And I had to say to them, look, I understand that you've spent the last year of your life making this. To you, this is a passion project. I totally get that, and I respect that, and what you've made is very impressive. To me, however, this is work. And game devs would approach me as if presenting me with their indie game project was doing me a favor. They'd be like, hey, I can send you a free key code for this game. I'm like, that's the bare minimum that you'll be doing. Because me playing your game is not an advantage to me. I know this is sounding really horrible, but I need to explain to you the business side. No YouTuber or Twitch streamer is looking at an indie game dev and thinking, thank God, an indie game. We haven't got enough of these. If I want to stream an indie game on Twitch or make an indie game video on YouTube, I'm not exactly hurting for choice. There's loads of them. If I stream a known game, like, let's take, for example, World of Warcraft, I'm going to have a known audience that is guaranteed to show up. And it's just safer for me as a content creator to know that I've got that safe built-in audience. As soon as I change my game and I start streaming your indie game, then that safe audience goes away. I'm taking a big risk, so it's costing me money in order to stream your video game. It's a risk that people might not like it, it's a risk that I might not be good at it, and here's a very important thing, it's a risk that your game might not only be a bad game, but also an unsafe game. Because I have played indie games before that you have to sign up for, and then a few minutes into the game, they get a massive pop-up saying, hey, just to check, is this still the email that you signed up with? Is this still your backup mobile number? And I'm thinking, it's a bloody good thing that I wasn't streaming at that exact time, because that would have been flashed all over the screen, which is just a dangerous thing to do. So I've then got a thing where I've got to weigh up, is it worth playing your small indie game? Because I know that I could just play another much safer, much more stable, much more popular game. Game devs are super passionate about the game they've made, and I love that. But you are not doing a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer or any kind of content creator a favor by bringing them your game. You are asking them to be involved in the marketing of your game. And if you want me to be involved in the marketing, you are effectively paying for my time. I don't mind you paying for my time, that's totally okay. But my time is valuable and will be paid for. You'd be the same. If you were a full-time, if you're a professional writer, if you're an author, and someone comes to you with, hey, I've written a book, would you please read it? You'd have to say, honestly, no, unless you pay for my time. I can assure you, a game where you tuck your homies into bed with a sweet kiss on the forehead is hands down totally worth it. This is a joke. I knew Josh would never go for it. No, would I? I actually said that I would go for it if you pay me. I will do a lot of things for money. Money does talk. If you're going to make something, a lot of your project should be focused on the marketing and the advertising of that. As an indie game dev, you are not solving a problem that a YouTuber has. Right, hang on, I had to just bubble myself there for a second. I'm back now. Hear that, boys? Josh is gay for pay. I'm an actor. When you come to a YouTuber or a content creator with your brand new indie game, instead of solving a problem, you're effectively passing the risk of advertising your game on to me. The Defias belt, 50 armor. It's actually not as good. Increases attack power by 18. That is a leather belt. That is good for somebody else. When is the D&D starting? In about an hour. Short sword of power. 4 attack power, more damage. That's decent, actually. 9.1 damage per second. If I take that, I could use that with a shield. I'm going to need that. I'm going to use that. There are lots of streamers doing lots of things. Some of the indie game devs even said to me, well, what if my game gets really big and you were one of the first people streaming it? Maybe you should have been one of the first people streaming it and then you get big with the game. Okay, that's a risk that you're asking me to, once again, take. I just think, and this is going to sound horrible, but I think it needs to be said as a content creator and as, a YouTuber and a Twitch streamer. I don't care as much about your indie game as you do. You have put passion and time and energy into it because you want it to exist and you love it and it means a lot to you. To me, it's just another video game. And if you would like me to care about it as much as you do, you're going to have to give me a reason to care about it. And that reason might be paying me for my time. I'm really sorry, but that's just the honest way of looking at it. So, sorry to kind of push that out there, but genuinely, it is just, I get a load of indie games all the time basically asking me to play their game, and then they get shocked when I don't want to. Why should I risk playing a game on stream that's going to pull less viewers? Or fewer viewers, should I say. And there we go. Good job, team. One of the things as well that's very important is, for some reason, most indie game devs just see YouTuber and Twitch streamer as like a whole specific, a whole general thing. There's no specificity there. They literally just see, oh, you are a YouTuber, therefore you must play my video game because YouTubers play video games. And that's not how it should go. Dogs are playing outside. People approach me with games that I have no interest in and I don't make content about and I don't really, focus on. And they say, hey, you're a YouTuber, you play video games, here's my video game. And I'm thinking, that doesn't... Do I need the Blackened Defias armor? Strength, agility, stamina, 92. It's not as good armor, though. That's just not as good for me. Although I suppose 2 of them is plus 10 armor, arcane resistance, expertise rating. Do I need that? Do I need the Blackened Defias armor? It's rogue armor. I don't need it. As a tank, you need mail. Exactly. There we go. Right, well. Okay, you've jumped down. Where's Cookie gone? Alright, jump down and run across, guys. Then we'll turn back and kill Cookie. Alright, we got him. I fell off. Okay, I have fallen off slightly. Join me. Join me in the water, guys. You've got this. Thank you. I am the tank. I say jump, you jump. Tank says jump. I will lead this team to victory. Right, we're going this way. It's not the way we'd normally do it, guys, but it's the way we're doing it now. Can we still kill Cookie? Yes. We're getting to Cookie still. This is the more experienced route. Just get in the water. Alright, cool. And now we go up here. Brilliant. And now we're back up here and we're all good. Everything's fine. Totally not the Josh wasn't paying attention and fell route. I don't know what you're on about. I have discovered that I enjoy being the tank because you just get to tell people exactly what to do. Amazing exploits. I got so engaged with the conversation on Twitch, I didn't realize I fell off the bridge. Get consecrated, Cookie. Amazingly, you did keep me alive. Well done to MZ on that one. Now, this is either going to give us the stirring wand or the hammer. The hammer would be good for me. What have we got? Hey, Cookie's Tenderizer. Okay, that is a one-handed mace that does more damage than my current mace. That is actually brilliant. Fantastic. I have won the Tenderizer. I, however, have a very low one-handed mace skill, so it's going to take a while until we actually get there. And we are done. Good job, team. Very good job. On a scale of 1 to 1, I would say my tanking was definitely a 1. What's my character called in the space game again? Rick Plan. I feel it went okay. It went very well. What dropped off Van Cleef? The main body armor, which I didn't need. But I can now go and hand stuff in. You know what? Thank you for the run, everyone. And I think I'm probably going to go and carry on with the actual storyline now. You type faster than I'd expect from you, Josh. I don't know. Should I be insulted by that? Some people were complaining about your pace, but this slow pace is optimal. I can listen to you like a podcast and miss nothing with an audiobook-like pacing. Thank you. That's what she said. Now I can return and hand in Van Cleef's head. I do also have some militia to kill, but I think it's worth killing those guys. Oh, hang on. Miners' Union cards. Do we have those to collect? From, like, enemies? What he gains in fast typing, he makes up for an old man phone case. My phone case is not an old man phone case. It's a very important phone case that keeps my phone safe from accidental scratches and the elements. It is a good phone case. It's getting a bit tatty on the front, but if you open my phone case, you'll see the most important thing that is... Who else has, like, a leather phone case? It's an Otterbox, isn't it? No, it's a generic, no-name leather phone case that I probably need to update because it's getting a little bit tatty and scratched on the side. But, like, it does it. It's fine. And you know what I keep inside of it, which is very important? Paper money. Because I'm getting to that stage now where I complain about when shops don't accept money. There's nothing wrong with just keeping paper money in your phone case. In your leather, your faux leather phone case. So I feel tanking is fun, but I need to get better at it. The UK doesn't have paper money anymore, Josh. It does! I've got some. I've got everything in one place to be stolen all in one go. I'm very efficient. Well, let's go hand in these quests. That's at Sentinel Hill. Let's go. Protection Paladin equals Avenger's Shield. Okay, yes. But also, that's like... I'm nowhere near that spec yet. Hurls a holy shield at the enemy. Sounds great. I'm not there. Paper money got banned 5 years ago. If the police find it on you, you go to jail. Well, what if I just pay them with the paper money to look the other way? Classic is rough. Classic is rough. That's why it's all about the friends we made along the way effectively helping us with whatever we're doing. Remember that in the UK there's a thing called a citizen's arrest. So if the police try to arrest you, you can just arrest them right back. Then it becomes a game of, nuh-uh, actually I'm on base. Actually that was the way it was done. Actually I had a small invisible shield the whole time. You're allowed to do it. Yeah, I mean you can try. The problem is they can then arrest you right back, and then it becomes like a Magic the Gathering, the stack thing, where you're counterspelling the counterspell. Do you not find it at all disrespectful when people come to you expecting you to do something for free because you have a job? It does happen a lot, but every other profession gets it. Like, if you're a doctor, I guarantee your friends are going to ask you to diagnose something in them. Everyone gets it. And if you're a teacher, I guarantee that everyone's always like, oh, can you just run through this syllabus with my child kind of thing. As soon as you say to someone, oh, I am this thing, the straightaway is, oh, would you like to do, and then insert something that benefits them. If you work in IT, you probably get it all the time. You're like, oh, can you come and have a look at my computer? It's going slow since I downloaded Bonsai Buddy. If you're in IT, it's like, can you fix this printer? Can you fix this Wi-Fi? And you're like, don't expect me to be able to do that. Don't ever fix anything technically for your family unless you are willing to take on that responsibility for the next 20 years. Yeah, if you're a mechanic, you're a mechanic. So my cars are making this noise, and it's like a funny noise. It's like a rattling, and it's sometimes there, but it's sometimes not there. If I just give you the keys, could you just drive it around and just see what's going on, and then I was hoping you could also fix it for free. It's a 5-minute job. Every person you've ever met. Right. Westfall. Armor goes up, strength goes up, stamina goes up. Tunic. Not as good. Let's go with these. That is so real. Yeah. Yeah. Right, we equip the first blue legging armor. Oh, hell yeah, the tank is almost online. We equip the meat tenderizer, which is the one-handed mace. We press Z to unequip it and get it out, and then we can even equip the shield. Oh, hell yeah, now I'm actually tanking. See, check that out. You reached 60 on TBC with a friend. I've started solo Mop Classic. Quest-based, no dungeons until Pandaria. Do I think Mop will be worth your time? I mean, probably. Dunno. We'll see what happens when we get there. Right, I can sell the guard leggings. Heavy spiked mace two-handed. I'll keep it for a bit. But I don't think it's really worth anything else. Northern short swords, less than the cookies tenderizer. Oh, the Defias mask actually dropped. I've got the soulbound rogue headpiece, which is cool. Your warrior looks the same as your pally. Did Metastrife find Jesus? Jesus found Metastrife. Murloc scale breastplate. Don't need that. Let's just go through and sell everything that's basically useless. The armor kit permanently increased the armor value of an item worn on the chest, legs, or hand by 16. I can do that. That sounds good. Right, I've got chainmail gloves equipped. They give +3 strength. They're actually quite good. Right, let's just get rid of some stuff. So, veteran gloves, equip, gives me +3 strength, binds it to me. That is good. People who make video games are amazing people. They are wizards. They're fantastic. We love them a lot. They do, however, hear that you are a YouTuber or a Twitch streamer and immediately assume that you should be incredibly grateful to be allowed to play their game. And I'm thinking, your game doesn't correlate with my audience or my interests or my expertise at all. I'm very impressed that you've made a game. We should all be very proud of that. But just because I have an audience on YouTube or Twitch does not mean that I need to give your video game access to it. Hey, we leveled up. They straight away hear, oh, you are employed in the area that could be of benefit to me. Therefore, you should engage in behavior that is beneficial to me. You will allow me to play your MMORPG once you finish it. Thanks, we actually don't have enough of those. Hey Josh, hope you've been well. You've missed these streams. I've missed doing them. I've got one more talent point as a tank paladin. What should I put it into? Surely I should put it into Pursuit of Justice. Increase the armor bonus of devotion by 8, or damaging melee and ranged attacks have a 10% chance to increase your chance to block by 6%. That sounds good. Like, is that what I want? So it increases my chance to block. I need to put some points into protection. Do I want improved devotion aura, or do I want redoubt? I'm going to guess blocking is good. It does suck when friends expect you to do something for free, just because you're my friend. It's weird because my enemies don't expect that. Like, my enemies know that I'm going to want to be paid. My friends are like, we'll do it for mates rates. I'm like, mates rates is the same or more. Because I guarantee if you want to really test your friendship, work with someone. Doing work for a friend or for a mate is a real test. Going into business with a friend or a mate is also a real big test. You go into business with someone, you will either come out with absolutely an amazing friend or a good business and no more friend. Starting a business with family is very, very, very dangerous. Do I have any experience with DMing? I do, lots. Any insights on that as an unemployed school teacher that knows video game voodoo? Thank you. That is the way that we should describe all unemployed teachers that can make games. Video game voodoo. Yeah, so being a DM is about controlling the world that your players want to exist in, not trying to kill your players. Allowing the players to exist in the world and to interact with the world and facilitating that interaction is excellent. What you want to do is set the rules of your world and simply keep them consistent. If the rules of your world are everything is trying to kill you, then the players will learn to act that way. If the rules of your world are you can never die because you have plot armor and everything is about the rule of cool, the players will learn that. As a DM, your job is to facilitate the story, but also enjoy telling the story. The DM is a player as well. Dungeon mastering. You lost 20k and had to jump in to fix it. Worked out your sister doesn't work hard. Right. The problem is that employing friends and family means that you will start to learn people's work ethic. I think all of us have a canon moment in our lives where we recommend a friend or a family member for a job and very quickly learn that they simply do not work very hard. It's a horrible thing to learn. It's a horrible moment. But we all sometimes recommend and then learn exactly why we should never recommend those people. Like, sometimes people can be really fun to hang out with and you absolutely don't want to work with them. And the exact opposite. Sometimes there are people that you really want to work with, you do not want to hang out with. First thing the players had to get used to was the miserable weather. I emphasized the weather a lot. It can be immersive. One evening, they were so convinced it rained, they were baffled. We went outside for a break and it was clear outside because they were super into the game. Right, let's go to Lakeshire Redridge because there is a message we have to send to Darkshire. Luckily, Josh is someone who's fun to hang out with and work with. Don't give my secrets away, Rustage. We've got to keep a level of mystique. All right, people need... I don't know if I've ever told you this, but I'm like the bad boy of British MMOs and also retro games that people normally between the ages of 25 and 35 fall asleep to on YouTube. And that is a very hotly contested demographic. I don't appreciate the fact that most of you noticed I did say secrets instead of secrets. Don't give my secrets away. I sound like some kind of limited edition gnome that just runs around and they're like, oh, the random secret gnome has appeared. Yes, I am a bit of a bad boy. All right, I'm a very good bad boy, which is definitely my favorite incredibly bad Indian song that you should Google and listen to. Josh, you haven't even streamed on the retro category on Twitch. I have before. Turns out, no discoverability. You have a nice voice to fall asleep to. I'm glad. I'm just a bad boy with secrets. You watched the Baldur's Gate Dark Alliance video. I've wanted to like the game but didn't, and now I realize why. Excellent. I'm glad that you enjoyed it. I'm glad that I've vindicated you and validated your feelings. What makes me bad in particular? Well, sometimes girls used to tell me that they like bad boys, so I decided to just be bad at everything. It's worked. Are you bad boy enough to stream a private server on Twitch? No, not going to break the law, okay? Being an outlaw is all about the vibes and the general aesthetic, not about actually acting outside of the law. My God, that's illegal. I'm all about rebelling, as long as everyone is in agreement that we're allowed to do that. Do girls like bad tanks? Well, when I say that we're in for a bit of tank and spank, turns out they were interested in one far more than the other. But of course, I do my due diligence and just stand there to make sure nobody gets hurt. That's how the real tanks go. Right, message to Darkshire. Oh, I've got to go to Darkshire, have I? Right, where's Darkshire from here? It's in Duskwood. Oh, we're going to Duskwood. I love Duskwood. This may be one of my favourite areas. You get a really good helmet from Duskwood. Right, off to Duskwood we go. Legit excited about this part. And a cool shield. Yeah. Josh, what is my zodiac sign? I think it's Gatorade. What is the highest level of any of Josh's characters? 62, and that was the warrior. No, I had a good warrior at that. Oh my god, I forgot that... Okay, hang on. Your skill in maces has increased to 3. It's increased to 4. It's increased to 5. We could be here a while. Is there an attack that you can just spam as a paladin to increase your skills? Because as warrior, you could just spam hamstring, can't you? This whelp may kill you. It won't. Watch this. Oh, keep watching. There we go. Am I tenderizing the whelp? Yes. No, it's fine. I'll just keep attacking it with this mace. Stun the whelp. That'll work. Behold. Combat. I'm out the loop. What happened to the warrior? He drowned. I'm not going to need to run away. This is fine. I've got healing. Certain classes can do what I call self-tank, which is basically where they take the damage and then they mitigate some of it and they heal some of it. The Paladin is a self-tanking class. Stanking. The Paladin stanks. And that's what I do. You'll run out of mana first. I'm pretty sure I won't. I've got 61% of my mana left, and I've got the idea of a mana potion in my mind. His stanking just takes 2 weeks to kill a whelp. I'm leveling on purpose. Every hit is leveling my hit skill. This is many whelps, and I am handling it. So I would just appreciate if you all just got off my back about this and watched the incredible gameplay that you're all here for. Blessings run out. Thank you. That's why I wasn't. I've got it. Thank you. Have a blessing. Now I've got to go and find another whelp. Right. Let me just pound this boar instead. I got stream sniped. I dare you to fight 2. I'm not crazy, okay? I'm a paladin, not Jesus. What is my skill, actually, with... My one-handed maces is... 52 out of 110. Alright, we're going to get there, slowly but surely. If you press Crusader Seal, you will attack faster. That's a good point. Press P for please show me my spells. Then you put on Crusader Seal. Seal of the Crusader. Yes! And then what happens is you do less damage, but you attack quicker. You attack 40% faster. This is brilliant. That's power leveling! I can't believe we just power leveled. What I could even do is unleash the seal. Like that, see? Chat gave good tips. Thank you. I am pretty good at this game. Don't think I have any... Oh, I do. Redridge Goulash. Oh, that's... I see. It's a quest that MZ has currently. Who is... The party's not disbanded yet, which I quite like. Oh, you know what I could do? I could even use this medium armor kit to increase the value one of the chest, legs, hands, or feet. And what should I do that with? Possibly the chest, the burnished tunic. That's pretty good. And the legs are the best one because they're the JoshStrifeSays of Westfall. What if I did that with those? Hey, there we go. Beautiful. Reinforced. Plus 16 armor. Now we put it on the tunic. It's Tunic's day, isn't it? So frickin' tanky, I'm never going to die. I've got this, mate. Don't you worry. Who's excited to go to... What's that really hot boss? Molten Core. That's the one. Who's excited for me to tank Molten Core? I could do it. Hover over your armor stat for a second, please. Where is that stat? Defense? Armor. Physical damage reduced by 42.55%. 1,681. You're not. You're just hanging out here for the bad boy cat vibes. Good. They're the vibes I should be giving. Okay, how do I get to Duskwood? I go this way. Alright, let's do this. I think I'm going to do really well. Oh, that was a... I just hit 149. Okay, so like now I'm actually doing quite well. How old is JoshStrifeHayes? Thank you for full naming me. I'm 35. Paladin tanks are actually quite good. Yes. Yes, they are. And I know that because I am one. You look cool like Henry Cavill, but a little less buff. Thank you, I'll take that. I've often said if you order Henry Cavill from Temu, I turn up. I am like the Wish version of Cavill. If you took Richard Madden from Game of Thrones and Henry Cavill and then put them in a cloning machine, but the machine just wasn't very good, this is what would happen. You look 34. Thanks, Ice. I'm really glad all those cold morning baths where I just stick my face in the freezer are working. Because obviously I watch all those videos of morning routines where guys put their face in bowls of cold water. I don't have a bowl spare, so what I do is just open the freezer and quickly just slam my face into the drawers. It's much easier. I've also started doing bone smashing because of looks maxing, but I've kind of made the process more efficient. You know where they've been hitting their face with hammers in little taps, little tiny gentle love taps repeatedly? No, save time. One smash in the morning. Because they're like, oh, we're going to induce microfractures. No. No microfractures. Major fractures only. Stop messing around with this, okay? I want to save time. That's what I want to do. So, wake up in the morning, smash your face with a hammer, stick your face in the freezer. That's a morning routine right there. Macro fractures. Not micros. You just punch your face. If you can't afford a hammer, that's what you do. Sometimes you just smack yourself in the face. That works too. Wait, is that actually a thing? Yeah, so... basically a load of really insecure men got together and decided the most important thing was to look really, really, really handsome, because that would be a great replacement for having to come up with a personality. So they thought, what's the best way to look handsome? And it was the chin, the jawline, the facial structure, all that kind of stuff. Basically, you know, like aesthetical eugenics kind of stuff. And they realized they could change their bone shape by gently hitting themselves with a hammer, which induced microfractures in the bone and would then have it grow back in the shape that would make them more attractive. The thing is, even if it might make you more attractive, which it doesn't, you then have to explain to the person that has come home with you why you're smashing your face with a hammer for hours on end. Which I think will, if anything, mitigate the advantage of bringing someone home with you. I think men will do anything other than, one, go to therapy, and two, just discover makeup. Like, men have been going, oh, you know, I can't believe that women change their face shape by using contours and blush and foundation. I'm like, you can do that too. You've literally jumped to hit yourself with a hammer before learn contouring. I feel there's a bit that you've missed. He sells a fireproof orb, +6 fire resistance, and this guy is the Night Watch. We don't need him yet. Therapy? That's called a pint at your local and being sad drunk. People talk about toxic masculinity, and it doesn't work because everyone has quite high toxicity resistance. What you want to do is go with ice masculinity, because not many people have cold resistance. Go with that instead. Toxic masculinity really only works in some really specific builds against specific bosses. In general, you just kind of want to go with like a cold build or like an electric build. That works too. This is the new meta. It is. Although, if you are smashing your face with a hammer, you will upgrade your hammer skill. So you will become like a really insecure paladin. Oh yeah, full physical damage can also work quite well. Electric masculinity could be a band. It could. Someone start it. You're welcome to use the name. Tell them I said it's fine. The Void build. Just merge with the shadows. That's what the Goths have been doing for a while. I feel like I should give some good dating advice. I think the first bit is... a lot of people are insecure about how they look. But remember, people normally laugh with their eyes closed. So if you think you're ugly, just learn to be funny. And therefore people will spend less time looking at you. Now you think that sounds harsh, but I guarantee there are many people in this chat who are attracted to people because they are funny. Can I just be funny looking? You absolutely can be. Come back here, you coward. Oh my god, no, I'm going to bless this dwarf. I move faster than you because I've got that special buff. Get back here, tiny dwarf, you've got small legs. I'm going to blessing of wisdom you. You are not getting away from me. God damn it. Foxmaster. I move quicker than you. I will bless you. Get blessed, nerd. No one wants to admit this, but the overpowered meta build in life is being an ugly kid and so learning to be really funny and then having like a glow up during puberty and now being funny and sexy. I'm sorry, but it is a broken, powerful build. I don't know why everyone didn't re-roll until they got that build, to be honest. But that's how it is. I think the unfortunate thing about that be ugly kid, learn to be funny, sex kind of into puberty, is that it always comes with the autism debuff. Now, depending on what type you get, could be an advantage. I got the MMORPG type. Some of you got the trains type. Some of you probably got the space type. Some of you got the dinosaur type. Some of you, if you were lucky and you went into business, probably got the spreadsheets type. You got the planes type, you got the Marvel type, you got the dino type. Brilliant, fantastic. It's like we've all specialised. How many quests do I have going on? Questy. 23 quests! I've got to drop some of those. Alright, I'm going to drop some of these quests. I've got way too many. No Merigan, I will get the quest at some point, but I'll abandon it right now. Lochmoden is... do we need you? You're grey, so I actually wouldn't get anything from helping you. Red Ridge Mountain, you're grey, so there'd be no benefit to doing that. Stormwind City has the Wrathban ore that I can't do yet. The Dead Mines, I've actually already done that one. Oh, no, I haven't. It's the And Westfall has 2 that I can get rid of. The Wetlands has quite a few. I could probably go and clean my quest journal up a little bit by heading back to Loch Mode and doing some of those before I do the Duskwood. Because I love Duskwood as an area. It's really cool. You got the antisocial type of autism. Josh, how did you get the confidence to be a public speaker? I just realized that everyone else was worse at everything than I was. And I realized that I was just so good at everything. It would almost be a shame if I didn't tell people what to do. And then, and this is really important, you just have to be really delusional. You have to be humble, like me. I'm really good at being humble. Probably the best. I don't mind talking to people, whether that's in real life, whether it's on the phone, whether it's online, whether it's Twitch. And what I have discovered is that as people become more and more antisocial and people become less and less good at talking to people, the ability to talk to people and communicate becomes something that is much rarer. Public speaking is when a load of people are in a room and they have a problem. Their problem is they need to know something, or understand something, or learn something, or accept something. Either way, I have the solution. I have the knowledge that they need. I will impart the wisdom. I have the answer to their problem. So public speaking is not a room full of people judging me. Public speaking is a room full of people that have an issue that I am the solution to. So when I stand in a room and I speak slowly to explain the answer to people's questions, I know that they're not judging me for failing, they're hoping that I can solve their problem. You do have to be a little bit delusional to become a successful streamer or a YouTuber. Oh, absolutely. Absolutely. But as far as public speaking goes, consider this. We spoke about this yesterday. How many of you have ever been nervous for a job interview? You have to make sure you're dressed correctly. You have to research the company. You have to talk to the person interviewing you. Here's the truth. The person interviewing you is really bored. They have a problem. They need someone to fill this specific spot within their team. They have to find someone to do this job. You are actually a solution to their problem. You've got the interview because technically you're able to do it. If you weren't technically able to do the job, you wouldn't be in the room with them. Their time is valuable. Your time is valuable. When you sit down, all they are hoping is that you are going to be friendly enough to work with and technically minded enough that you can do the job. Like, if you can do those 2 things, you've solved a problem. No interviewer is sat there thinking, oh, I can't wait to meet 50 people today and have them all be super nervous. The interviewer is there going, I need this day to end. I need to solve the problem. I need to literally just find somebody who is capable of doing the job and is also acceptably, normal enough to work with. That's it. So when I sit down to have an interview with someone, it is mostly a case of showing that you're able to talk to them and work with them. It's kind of it. Now, there will be jobs that require multiple rounds of interviews because they're more specialized. That's a tad more complicated. But public speaking, speaking one-to-one, interviews, any kind of situation where you have to communicate with somebody else, they are not a superhuman. They are not a meta-human. They're not privy to magical esoteric wisdom that you don't have. They're just like you. They probably don't want to be there either. They probably don't want to have the conversation. They probably want to be given all the information they need and just leave. This is the definition of being confident. We're just scared kids. I guarantee most people you meet are nowhere near as competent as they pretend to be or as you think they are. Most people are just kids that got older. We don't really know what's going on. No one's quite sure how this all works. Do I trust myself? Not at all. I know I'll make bad decisions. Right? I've met past me. That guy's a dick. I know that I'm making decisions right now that future me will look back on and go, why'd you do that? No one knows everything. We've not got this sorted out. And so most conversations, most public speaking, are people in the audience sat there thinking, I don't have this figured out. Maybe the person on stage does. Maybe they can give me enough information and energy and specific advice that I can figure this out a little bit better. So don't be afraid about trying to figure stuff out. We're all trying to figure stuff out, man. We really are. So I've got Lochmoden quests, but then I've also got this one, which was A Dark Threat Looms. Return to Chief Engineer Hindavir and inform him of the discovery. Where is Chief Engineer Hindavir? I'm guessing he's not around here somewhere. No, he's up there on the stone-wrought dam. Let's go and say hi to him. Having assisted with conducting interviews in the past, I think a lot of people would be amazed at how far the basics go. Absolutely. The basics. Drill the foundations again and again and again and again and again. Keep it simple. Reduce it to the most base and simple it can possibly be, and I guarantee you'll get way further than you think you could possibly get. Here's something interesting that I think anyone that trains in weightlifting will agree with. I hope they would agree with. Has anyone here ever been scared to get into fitness because it all seems so incredibly complicated? You go to pick up a dumbbell to do a bicep curl and someone's like, oh, which of the heads of the bicep are you hitting? Are you doing the hammer curls? Are you controlling on the eccentric? And you're there thinking, I was just going to pick up this dumbbell and just do a bicep curl. And they're like, oh, you absolute fool. You absolute fool. You aren't even starting from all the way down low. You aren't even looking at the flexion of it. You aren't even doing full range of motion. And I'm thinking, you know what? Pick the dumbbell up, do a bicep curl, put it down. Is it perfect? No. But I guarantee it is way, way better than not doing that. Come on, no one says that. Okay, Garbaggio, no one literally says that, but what I was doing was emphasizing it and overemphasizing it. I was going to the kind of hyperbole of it. I was doing too much in order to mock and make a point. Nobody actually says that. Like, they won't take the piss out of you for not doing full range of motion, but people absolutely will make things more complicated than they need to be. You don't need to be perfect. You just need to be willing to do the basics and learn the simple aspects of it. You want to pick up a weight, push it over your head and put it down? Great. Is it a perfect shoulder press? No, it's not. But it's a better shoulder press than someone who's not doing any of them. So sometimes what I try and do and explain to people is being good at doing the thing basically will actually get you far further than being perfect at doing the thing but not doing it. The foundations will get you ahead of most people. Sounds silly, but it really will. You'll give yourself such a massive advantage by just doing the basics. Just do the basics and you'll get further than you ever thought you could possibly get. Ooh. We've got more quests in this area. Let's chill in Lochmoden for a little bit. Yeah, no one technique works for everyone. I guarantee you do the basics, you'll get further than most people. Some people look at fitness and they see this really complicated, really scary, really scientific, really over-designed plan, and they think, oh my god, I'm never going to be able to stick to this plan, therefore there's no point even trying. A basic fitness plan could literally just say, pick this heavy thing up, push it over your head, put it down. Do that 10 times. Rest. Do it 10 times again. Rest. That's it. There we go. It can be as simple as possible. Because a lot of people actually stop doing things because they're scared they're not doing them perfectly. People don't want to engage with systems unless they can guarantee that system is going to be a perfect system. Not the way to do it. Absolutely not the way to do it. Guarantee. You know what? These are too low level to give me any experience, but I think the enemies over here do give experience. If it's that simple, how will they sell you their training program? They've got to tell you all the complicated stuff first, obviously. You want to get fit, guys? Eat less sugar, drink more water, move more. Basics, kind of it. If you want to get into fitness, bench press, bicep curl, shoulder press, deadlift. Just super basic movements. You show me a guy that has bicep curled imperfectly, but still done it consistently for 20 years, I'll show you a guy with banging biceps. Sometimes doing things imperfectly is the way to actually, do them. Classic financial advice. Cut costs, increase profit. Company fixed. Yeah. That's it. So, this company's made less money. Have you tried making more money? There we go. You are all welcome for the financial advice. Delivery, I want people to enjoy getting jacked. Oh, of course. People should enjoy the gym. The gym's great. It's the fitness palace of love. There is nothing wrong with the gym. You see buff guys at the gym with awful techniques. Yep. Absolutely. If you go to the gym consistently for many years, even if your technique is 80% of what it should be, you'll get jacked. Finance person here laughing. Okay, look, finance is very easy, guys. Just make more money. Just do it. Just have rich parents. Go on Wikipedia, search for your parents' names, and if their names aren't hyperlinked in blue, ask them what they were doing. Do they even care? Like, I wanted to get into the acting world. My mum and dad, not on Wikipedia. Honestly, selfish. They should have been. They clearly didn't think about me. They should have been famous, so I can simply leech off them. That would have been, yeah. Thing is, there's that old classic joke of if you walk past any kind of business 101 lecture, then the lecturer will be writing on the board, profits equal income minus expenses. And people will be looking at that as if it is the most amazing thing they've ever seen. They'll be going, that is incredible. We never thought of that. Profit is income minus expenses. Who knew? But at the same time, like that's what it is. I also got a big hammer just then. The Birchwood Maul of Strength. Nice. Yeah, I think parents shouldn't have kids before they're famous. Because otherwise, you're not giving your kid the best advantage. I knew my parents were going to give me the TISM, but unfortunately it was the OR version and not the Nepo version. Selfish. Just selfish. Get good at being born into riches. Yeah, remember, criminals of Gotham, Just do what Batman does. Be born a billionaire. Or, yeah, just marry well as well. That could work. I mean, people have said to me, you know, Josh, what's your ideal woman? And I'm like, someone who's 95 plus with a terminal illness and is a billionaire. That's top tier for me. That's perfect. I don't know where they all are. Absolutely love. I find it incredible and really actually beautiful how many men win the lottery and then immediately meet the love of their life that's like 20 years younger the next day. It's a tale as old as time, and I think it's beautiful. I really do. It's so lucky that not only did that person win the lottery, but next day happened to meet the one person on all of planet Earth that doesn't love them for their money. It's because they're smiling all the time. So are your kids going to be streamers, YouTubers as well, since they got the buff? No, I've decided that because I love myself so much, I'm not going to have kids. Because my money and time is mine and will remain so. People have always been like, okay, so put it this way. When I was a kid, I was very thankfully supported by my parents, my teachers, and my friends. And I was very much raised in that kind of vibe of you can grow up and do anything you want. And I thought that was amazing. Fantastic. I loved that. And what I wanted was to be able to be remarkably selfish my entire life. And then people turn around and go like, so when are you having kids? I'm not. You told me I could be anything I wanted to be. I chose to be free. Now, no hate, if you want to have kids, that's absolutely fine. But in all seriousness, I realized that, and I think this is the most honest I can be. I think I would be a very good dad if I wanted to be. But I don't want to be. I know that I want to continue chasing the acting dream. I know that I want to be able to travel on holidays and go where I want to. I know that I want to be able to do shows. I know that I want to be able to move around my life as and when I need to in order to go and do the things that I want to do. And I don't think that would be a good life to give a child. I don't want to feel that I'm upending a kid's life constantly. I don't want to feel that I'm not there to give them enough time. I don't ever want to look at a kid and think I resent you for not being able to go and follow the dreams that I had. And that would be an awful thing to put myself through and to put a kid through. And because of that, I just decided, no kids. What I will do is, like, I'll be a cool uncle. Like, I could do that. I could be the uncle that turns up with, like, cake and super soakers. And at every Christmas, you know, buy my nieces and nephews, like, a drum kit or something. Have I considered cloning myself in a vat all the time? All the time, William. I actually do. Every single day of my life is like the Prestige. I don't even know if it's me from yesterday that you are watching stream. It just, you know, it keeps the blood pumping. It keeps the excitement up. That's my daily routine. Wake up, brush teeth, get dressed, walk dogs, come home, fight clone of self, kill clone of self, have slight existential crisis about whether I am the same clone from yesterday, quick breakfast, shower, video writing. So, no kids for me. How many clones do I have? That's the great thing, Lazy. You only really need one in order to have a fight. I think all the cells in your body get replaced every 7 years. You're not the same person you were 7 years ago. Like physically, not the same person. I've also just realised by looking at the time that D&D is in like 10 minutes. So I should probably go and get ready for that. Opaque wand. I don't need that. MZ can have that. If you've not seen me play Dungeons and Dragons before, you should. What have you been doing? There are so many ways to be successful. But I think, honestly, the easiest is just marrying into wealth. So, lads, pick up those hammers, get smashing those jawlines, and let's start looks-maxing our personalities. Josh, are you back to full-time streaming? I am streaming every day from 6 till 10. That's 4 hours a day. Every single day except Thursdays, where I'll be streaming 6 till 9 and then doing D&D. Charisma max. Yeah, you know what? Maybe all those lads need to try charisma maxing, because it is a good stat. Which time zone am I in? UK. The place that invented time. Every other Thursday. Yes. I know when D&D is. What channel is the D&D? Rustage. Rustage Music's channel, but I'll be raiding it as soon as it's ready anyway. I'm going to throw a protein bar and a yogurt down me. I'm going to raid. Then we're going to go over there and do that. Spellbinder pants. I don't need those. Am I just farming loot for MZ? Didn't the British Museum steal time from the Egyptians? Gok, I don't think anything in the British Museum is stolen. Otherwise it wouldn't be called the British Museum, would it? Read the plaques on things. Read the little information about stuff. We found that sarcophagus in the Cotswolds. The British Museum is just a really slow-moving company. It's just lying around. We just had it in a cottage. Is your D&D group the same ongoing adventure or weekly one-offs? It is the same overarching plot, but each week is its individual aspect of the story. So you can join when we're halfway through and it's fine. It's also sci-fi. All historical plaques should be voice acted by me. I'll take it. Someone contact the British Museum. You still don't get how the British built the pyramids. So, we did it in a really interesting way, actually. The British people were able to build the pyramids with a load of scientific advances and lots of understanding of mechanics and leverage. And when we had physically understood all of the kind of mechanical complexities of moving massive amounts of stone, we actually enslaved aliens to do it for us. People think the aliens built the pyramids. I'm like, in a way, yes, but all the hard work was done by us. The History Channel was spot on. That's how it worked. I always love it when people are like, there are pyramids in this country, and this country, and this country. All built, all still standing. What does that tell us about history and culture? I'm like, it tells you that's the best way to stack stones up and have them not fall down for a long time. Anyone that has stacked any amount of stones will at some point realize that having upper floors that overhang the lower floors is not a good way of building them. It tells you that triangles, great. pretty good structures. This is the best way of putting a lot of stuff in the same place and having it remain in the same shape for a long time. Hang on. Curved Dagger of Holy Wrath. +1 holy spell damage. That could be good, but I'm not taking it. Okay, hang on. This quest is for me, isn't it? Lurker Venom. Josh, you need to do talking shows. It would be hyped. What, like a talk show? I could tell anyone about anything. What do you need to know? Have you seen the woman that thinks they built the pyramids by copying the layout on motherboards? The problem with people is that so many of them are just so stupid. I'm sorry, but at some point you just have to step back and think, we've got a problem, right? Some people are just dumb. The big problem we have, and you can quote me on this, is that the dumb people are full of confidence and the smart people are full of self-doubt. There is a magical middle ground where you are smart enough to be capable but also dumb enough to 100% believe in yourself. That's where I need to be. That's the sweet spot right there. You need to exist in such a state that you are smart enough to be capable of getting through this life and also dumb enough to not know or think about any of the problems that you might face. Because if you're smart enough to think about the problems that you might face, you won't ever even attempt to do anything. So it helps to be just dumb enough to not worry yourself with those things. You know what, if I could make one change to Classic WoW Plus, it would be, I don't like the fact that when you use the Hearthstone, it always sends you back to wherever your class starts, because that's not always where I need to be. Because I want to be able to go and get the next flight. And it's got a Duskwood, actually, don't I? In fact, does Duskwood have any quests for me? Yeah, like level 25 quests, 25. I think that's slightly too high for me. Raven Hill's a quest that I could do. I just think it's weak game design. Where's the best place for me right now? I'm level 22. Where is good for level 22? The wetlands! I can go and get wet. That'll work. Right, let's catch the... In fact, no, let's go and do D&D, and then afterwards, tomorrow, we'll catch the flight to the wetlands. These guys were rushed in 2004. They were a small indie company. I mean, World of Warcraft was the very first MMORPG ever made, so they were going to make some mistakes when designing it. At the time, this was mind-blowing. I mean, I'm pretty sure at the time when World of Warcraft released, people were comparing it to the Elder Scrolls Online. The perfect amount of smart is being just smart enough to understand my jokes, but not too smart that you can realize that there are problems in them. Oh, the movie Idiocracy was of course a documentary. We all know that by now. Dark Age of Camelot was better. I always preferred the Renaissance of Camelot. I thought it had more magic. Dark Age leaned a bit too far into the religion bit for me. You almost missed a stream, but here I am. Have you just joined us? Because I feel that BTD said, did Arthur come a lot? I mean, what else is he going to do with his Knights of the Pound Table? Sorry, I'm thinking of a different film. I always get those confused. I can never remember whether I'm watching the parody or the real thing. The music walking into Stormwind does things. It is good, to be fair. Like, I've got no nostalgia for this game, and it is a good game. Right, let's go play Space Pirates D&D in a minute. I wish I could buy a helmet from somewhere. Now you want to see Arthur and Knights of the Pound Table. I have got a friend who has been in porn parodies of films. I will call him up and ask if he wants to make that film. Not with me, unless the money's right. But with, I'm sure we can find lots of people. Okay, right, let's go and do Space Pirates D&D. Let me just double check to make sure I'm raiding the right person. Can you imagine raiding the wrong person? Okay. It's Rustage with an underscore afterwards. Let's do that. There we go. Rustage underscore. Cool. If you the raid has been created, if you guys want to watch me play D&D, that's fine. If you don't, totally get it. I understand, no pressure. Rustage is the Dungeon Master. We've also got the Nerdcore guys, Tekking, Schwabity, and Connor Quest, playing some fantastically interesting characters. I will be over there on that channel in a minute. Is it live? It's live. Right, go over there, say hi, see me, see you in 2 minutes. It's a fun, silly sci-fi D&D session. I'll see you all over there. They're good. They're really good guys. I like all the Nerdcore stuff. Right, go and see you then. Take care. Hang on, we haven't just been raided, have we? That would be super annoying if that happened. We're going to go and raid somebody else. All right, cool, let's go. Raid the wrong person next time. No.